we're going to move on to 2-point perspective. This is kind of what we're going for. So that's what we're going for in the exercise. So you'll notice here that, okay, I've drawn this square in the middle of the page. It's gonna be 15 by 10, and that's called your field of view. So it's really important to start incorporating or start understanding that the field of view, that's what the camera is basically going to see. So, and this line that's going through the middle, that's going to be, again, your horizon line. Okay, so you'll notice in some scenes, like, you can shift the horizon line down, or you can shift it up. Okay, depending on, so like if you shift it down, it's like if you want to draw a shot of you looking up at a character, you would shift the horizon line lower. Lower like that. Whereas if, you want to see a whole environment design, you can bring the horizon line up. Okay, so it's just important to know you can move the horizon line, but just for the purpose of demonstration, we're going to be keeping the horizon line in the middle. And now, this is called 2-point perspective, so we have 2 points that our cubes are going to be vanishing towards. So where this is used in the actual concept art industries for like vehicle design or asset design, even character design, it's just for, like being able to see depth, but also we can see 3 sides of the cube. So if we're looking at this one here, we can still see this side and that side and the top, but there's also some nice like reality, believable depth going on. So that's where this is used. Whereas 1 point, it's often environment design, but 2 point is usually like asset design or vehicle design. Okay, so we want to just start building cubes in these spaces so that, when you start sketching, then it doesn't feel overwhelming or new. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is draw a line through the center of our page. That's going to be the horizon line. Okay, and then you can put a dot in the middle of the page, and I'm just going to draw a box that is 15 centimeters by 10 centimeters. So that's going to be my field of view. Square. Okay, cool. So now, so I'm going to make this is the important part, I'm going to make 2 dots on the ends of the page there. That's going to be my first vanishing point, and that's going to be my second vanishing point. So now I want you guys to make rays going from that point through the field of view. Okay, so we're kind of building a manual grid on through our field of view. So I want you guys to do it from both sides, like this, through there, chink. Just do a few rays, and remember to press lightly. So like pencil pressure control is like, it's a real skill as well. Okay, so once you have these 2 points on either side, we're going to start building boxes as well. So remember with 1 point how every line was completely horizontal, vanishing. So now we start off with 1 line, and lines are either vanishing or they're completely vertical. So that's another difference between 1 and 2 points. So I start off with a line, okay? So like a completely vertical line, and I want to vanish the ends of that line to the vanishing point, okay? And I can decide how thick I want this cube to be. So let's say I want it to be this thick. So between these 2 lines vanishing, I draw a vertical line. Okay, and then I can join these lines here. So remember, you want to vanish every corner. So if I want to find out, because this is my horizon line, that means I can see the bottom of this cube. So if I want to figure out, like I still want to see the bottom of that. So this point here, I'm going to vanish that point to the vanishing point, and let's determine how thick we want this cube to be. So let's say over there. Okay, so we decide that. I can join these here. Join these two lines here. So now this point where these lines meet, I want to vanish that as well. And where these two lines intersect, at that dot there, that is going to be the bottom face of our cube. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. So now you'll notice that we can see the bottom of this. Okay, so we can see the bottom of that cube. So now, like if I want to draw another cube, let's say I want to draw it all the way to the side here. Okay, so remember, I start off with a line. Okay, and then remember, whenever you're in doubt, just make sure you're vanishing the lines. And if you draw cubes all over the place, like not like kind of off grid, you can sort of see how and where the vanishing points are important. So like there's a thing called warped perspective or violent perspective, where if the vanishing points are too close to the field of view, then the object kind of starts to look a bit distorted. So that's why we draw this field of view in the middle of our page. Okay, so I'm vanishing these points here all the way to the edge. There we go. Cool. Okay, so you notice how, like, here's how our horizon line, and we can see the bottom, and we can see the top of this. So I want you guys to just draw a few cubes in 2-point perspective with a setup like this. Okay, I'm going to give you guys some time to do that.